What up, YouTube? What's happening? Nocturnal Thoughts in the building. Salute to everybody out there, man. Everybody in YouTube world. I salute you. What's happening? Hope everybody is safe. Um, if you're new to the channel, I see you. I appreciate you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. This is going to be a real quick video in response to Deontay Wilder. Just yeah, I don't know if this is old footage because when I first saw it, I thought it was old, right? And but it seemed like since ain't nothing to talk about really right now in boxing, the conversation is picking up a little bit of traction. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my 2 cents in on the game, like I do. So if you haven't seen it yet, look it up on YouTube. Deontay Wilder criticizes Mike Tyson's resume. And a few guys that I watched last night at least, had some interesting points of view on that topic. Deontay Wilder criticizes Mike Tyson's resume. Now, for me, I honestly, to me, the video did not look like it was in the total context of a conversation. It looked like to me it cut in the middle of a conversation and went from that point on. But at the same time, what was being conveyed seemed to be very clear. Deontay Wilder seemed like what he was saying was Mike Tyson hasn't fought anybody. He was basically saying how many Hall of Famers has Tyson Fury, I'm sorry, rewind. How many Hall of Famers have Mike Tyson actually fought? And you can't count Michael Spinks and you can't count Larry Holmes. Michael Spinks was coming up a weight class. He was scared. He was intimidated. And Larry Holmes was past his prime. Who else could you count? All you can count was Evander Holyfield, the real deal, and Lennox Lewis. Here's what I think about this. Like I said, it wasn't totally in context of the whole conversation from what I heard, right? And most people seem to say, this is not a good look for Deontay Wilder, because the first thing you're going to do is say, who have you fought that's a Hall of Famer? And if the footage is old, like 2017 old, at that time, you can't even put Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz on the resume. Maybe not the second fight, maybe the first fight, depending on when he had that conversation. I don't know. But I feel like Deontay Wilder was catching some flack, and some of it is deserved. But I still have a different opinion, because I'm trying to see what lane Deontay Wilder was coming from. Like, was it in self-defense? Was somebody saying to him, like, in comparison, did somebody say something to him first? Like, what instigated, what motivated that conversation for him to go into that direction? You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can say really when it comes to Mike Tyson, because I feel like you cannot take away anything from what Mike Tyson accomplished. But at the same time, you have to be careful not to add on anything that he didn't deserve in his career. I feel like you have to look at it and take it for what it is. Don't try to put 100 on 10, but at the same time, don't try to take away from it either. Just look at it for what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to touch on, like, I remember listening to Teddy Atlas one time, and Teddy Atlas, to me, has always been overly critical on Mike Tyson because they had a past history that wasn't too pleasant, and it seemed like from that point on, Teddy Atlas always had ill will towards Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? That's between them. But I remember one time Teddy Atlas saying Mike Tyson's record is, in his opinion, 5-0. The 5 times he stepped up, he lost. All the other fights necessarily don't count because they were fights that were set up for him to win. There was no adversity to the fight. He pretty much came in and steamrolled over competition that was really not competition. And I really never totally agreed with that. But I do say this when it comes to Mike Tyson and whether or not he's fought Hall of Famers, because of course he's fought, I believe, 4 Hall of Famers, but I don't think that's really relevant, and I don't understand the relevance of it in Deontay Wilder's conversation. But this is my point of view, and then I'm gonna get out y'all way. Every fighter, every boxer needs to have that partner that defines their legacy, that defines that gladiator status. They have to have the perfect dancing partner. They have to have that kind of a contrast where you meet that yin versus that yang. You know what I'm saying? When you meet that person that everybody has been saying, you know what I'm saying, I got to see that fight. That fight is 50-50. And it's just something about the personalities, the fighting styles. They have to come to a clash. Their careers on a collision course, and nobody's going to know the outcome. 50% people say this person's going to win. Everybody has to have that. Terrence Bud Crawford has to have Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather had to have Manny Pacquiao. Muhammad Ali had to have Frazier. Muhammad Ali had to have George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt like Mike Tyson didn't have that. You know what I mean? Because his persona, his reputation was, he was iron. You know what I mean? He was Iron Mike Tyson. And the thing, iron is like vibranium back then. Iron was the hardest thing on the planet. He cannot be broken. There was nothing about Mike Tyson's his reputation. There was nothing about Mike Tyson that had anybody thinking that anybody would ever be able to defeat him. You know what I'm saying? It was overinflated. You know what I mean? Especially when you're young, like how I was young, you looked at Mike Tyson as this dude can't be beat by anybody. So he didn't have that. And the person that brought that to the table was Evander Holyfield. And people started wanting to see that Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight. You know what I'm saying? And it got pushed back and delayed, and it got bigger and bigger. But the only opportunity that Mike Tyson ever really had to go against that opposition that had the same kind of aura and mystique around him of, just not accepting defeat and not being able to be defeated was Evander Holyfield. And he did not overcome that fight. It'd be the same thing as if, like, Errol Spence's truest defining fight right now would be to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. If he was to lose to Terrence Bud Crawford, that's going to always be set in his career now. That the opportunity you had to fight the best opposition, the most compatible, the most, like I said, legacy identifying fight. This is your opportunity. This is your fighter. This is the person that you have to fight and win in order for all of your work that you have done to pay off. When you can retire, you can sit and you can say, you know what I'm saying, my mission is accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like, every superhero. Every Batman needs Joker. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man needs Thanos. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the opposition that you just don't feel like you can win and find a way to win. Mike Tyson had Mike Tyson had Evander the real deal Holyfield. And we all thought Mike Tyson was gonna win that fight. And when that first fight went down and he took that loss, that L, we still thought he was gonna lose that second fight. And we couldn't anticipate what was going to happen. But what happened, you know, he was never able to cross over from, you know what I'm saying, the Mike Tyson that's knocking everybody out to the Mike Tyson story. Put it like this, I'm gonna get out y'all way. The Mike Tyson story has so many tragic moments within itself. It's hard for me to just say, you know what I'm saying, Mike Tyson was great, Mike Tyson was that, you know what I'm saying, he knocked these people out, he was a great fighter. His life went through a kind of a turmoil. His life went through a kind of a decline, so a fast decline. It was like a fast way up and then decline down. And I feel like he never had the opportunity to submit himself in boxing, and he was able to do things in his life that, you know what I'm saying, kept him so relevant because he was Mike Tyson. He was one in a million. He was a one in a million person. You're never going to get another Mike Tyson. So his career can go on no matter if he lost the fight to Holyfield and lost the fight to Lennox Lewis. People still going to remember all the, you know what I'm saying, all the ability you have and all the excitement you brought into boxing when you was doing it. So Mike Tyson is always going to be Mike Tyson. Him getting in fit, getting in training now and looking good, and he's 53 years old, showing, you know, the possibility of a exhibition match and fighting Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. But to keep the conversation on the conversation that I was talking about with Deontay Wilder, it's like Deontay Wilder right now, with his resume being damaged right now, you know, who has you fought that's going to be a Hall of Famer? Really, you got potentially, you got Lewis King Kong Ortiz, and then you're gonna have Tyson Fury. And right now, your Tyson Fury situation is not looking too good. You know what I'm saying? You fought him the first time to a draw, knocked him down twice. Controversial, you know, decision. And the second fight, you got beat. You know what I'm saying? And in the fashion that you got beat, the way you got beat, is creating so much energy of, you know, it's going to be hard to mount back up and to build yourself back up and take on what you have to take on, because you didn't get the easy shot. You didn't get the easy punch. The energy was not there to support you. The energies were against you. And I felt like Tyson Fury just came with a better strategy, and he just took advantage of the fact that you wasn't on your game, and that fight can haunt you if you let it. And being distracted by Tyson Fury, being distracted by Mike Tyson in his past, you know, his career was over a long time ago. His career is not going to last that long either. I mean, Deontay Wilder is not going to be fighting for very long. He needs to have his plans of, I'm going to fight this person, get in, get out, maybe get one more fight in, and then I'm done. And those needs to be bangers. Those needs to be, you know what I'm saying, you have to take those and dominate those, establish those, spike them into the ground, and then have your kingdom back intact. Period, point blank. You have to, if I'm Deontay Wilder, and I look at when I survey the land, my first goal would be to go get my fight back with Tyson Fury. I would figure out what I need to do, what I need to change. Don't just rely on my power. Do some things that'll develop me more, that I can bring into the ring, that'll get him off of his game, maybe slip a few of his punches, maybe box him a little bit better, and then let my power come. And then once the power come, you know you got the ability and the power to hurt this man and knock this down. But if you rush it, if you hit him with all you got and he walked through it, that means you ain't doing your work, because he's not going to be like Dominic Brazil where you hit him one time and he don't get back up. You're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Break him down. You have to break him down to the body, and then you're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, knock his lights out. And it's not going to be happening in the round. You know what I'm saying? You can't fall back the same way you fell back with fighting King Kong Cortez and letting rounds get away. And then, you know, at the last minute, you see the opportunity to throw a punch in there and you catch him clean and put him out. Those two things, those two tactics just aren't going to work with Tyson Fury. The way you beat Tyson Fury is you have to be a better version of yourself. You have to box. You have to box. You have to go against what normally works for you. You have to hold off on wanting to land that power punch, because the power punch will come when Tyson Fury is feeling more comfortable and put down his guards. When Tyson Fury puts down his guards, you only will have a quick moment. But when you have that quick moment to take advantage of, you catch him in the middle of him dropping his guards, and then you hit him with your power shot. And once you start to see him, you know what I'm saying, break, fold, then you get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? You get him out of there. And you need to be focused. When you hit somebody, you hurt somebody, it ain't no time to be celebrating and dancing and blowing kisses. You hit somebody, you need to be prepared for that person to get up, ready to go to war. And your job is to nullify that so he can't regain any of his confidence back. He can't get his wits back. He can't think and strategize of a plan. You know, all he should be doing is defense. All he should be doing is trying to keep you from landing the most vicious blows everywhere in his body to where he wants to referee just to save him. Now, Tyson Fury ain't really built like that. He ain't no quitter. You know what I'm saying? He gets knocked down, he gets back up again. But at the end of the day, it's your job to change him, and take away all of his strengths and turn them into weaknesses. And take away all of his weaknesses and exploit them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. That's the way I look at it. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder trilogy fight. I mean, going in on Mike Tyson, I can't take nothing away from Mike Tyson. I just felt like Mike Tyson, the potential he had always just came out a little short. I think he could have had a much more bigger he could have ran longer. He could have been out in the game longer. You know what I'm saying? That for him to get taken out the game and sat down, put him in the cell, had charges on him, things like that, you know, and he took his L's to Buster Douglas, and then when you get out from that, then everything is a constant battle. Your money's all tied up, that's in the battle. You know what I'm saying? Your mental mind stays in the battle, and then you turn around and fight, and you're not your same self. You can tell you're not your same self. You fight Evander Holyfield, you lose that fight, but it's like even the whole time, even the build up to it, you can see, everybody can see that the build up to it is like, man, these guys, man, they really ain't trying to fight, man. You know what I'm saying? They just want to talk, and then when it comes time to fight, It ain't gonna be that. And it finally happened, and Holyfield, none of the talk back down. Holyfield came in there, handled his business. It was a good fight. I felt like I need to watch that right now. Holyfield was a good fight, and in the second fight, I really thought, personally, I really thought that second fight that Mike Tyson was going to go back to the old Mike Tyson, discipline, focus, power, all that, and he was going to vanquish Evander Holyfield. I always respected Evander Holyfield, but I just had my hopes and prayers. Mike Tyson is the man. He can't be beat. Even though I've seen him beat now, but I'm still, you tricking yourself and say, man, Mike Tyson beat Evander Holyfield this time. And then when he fucking bit his ear off and they jumping around in the stage and it's all this shit, and I'm like, boxing is a joke now, man. I can't even watch this shit no more. How the fuck my man Mike Tyson is biting motherfuckers on the ears and shit? You know what I'm saying? And that was years ago. Those brothers now, they done made amends. And if they fight now, it'd be like a little grudge match. You know what I'm saying? Exhibition. You know what I'm saying? Just to raise up some money for some charity case. I'm sure it'll be fun, but it ain't nothing in there that's serious. Like, it don't matter who win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. Nobody cares really. Like, you know what I'm saying? To see two old men fight is cool. To see Mike Tyson fight is cool. To see Evander Holyfield fight, man, that shit is cool. But that's about all it is. You know, that's just what they do. They still love to box. They can make some money and they can help some people. That's more important than anything. You know what I'm saying? But what Deontay Wilder was saying about Mike Tyson, I don't think it was being too disrespectful, but I think he's pushing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a grown man. He can say what he want to say. You know, I'm not sure he got the audacity to say it, and they can have a one-on-one conversation. And I'm pretty sure that, you know what I'm saying, he would say the same thing to Tyson that he would say on whatever little recording platform there was on. My point is this, with all that's being said and done. Do I question Mike Tyson's resume? No. But I felt like when he did have the perfect opportunity to fight that fighter that was going to define his fight, like Money Mayweather versus fucking Manny Pacquiao, or Earl Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Ali versus fucking Frazier. Those moments that just happen so rare in boxing, you know what I'm saying? You got to capitalize on them shits forever, because you're making both these people super famous, but when you win, you famous for the win. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see, I would love to have saw Mike Tyson fight Holyfield and win back then, and then he would have been the man. He would have, you know what I'm saying? He would have accomplished. He would have been established as the baddest man on the planet. But he didn't. He lost. He you know what I'm saying? He got set back, and then he had to do something different with his life, man. He fought a little bit more. You know, I think he won in some, lost some, but then he said, you know what? I'm done. I quit. I'm tired of embarrassing the sport. I'm going to get into something else. And he got into something else that was working for him at the time. And he's been doing that ever since then, and he's been on chill. So, did he fight just the hardest competition to exist in his time? No. People be like, oh, he just fought them all. He did not fight them all. It really was just a weak era in boxing time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the greatest time for boxing. That's why everything was just revolved around Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson came at a point in time where he had some tomato cans he could fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just sit here and list all of Mike Tyson's opponents. I'm not good with names, but I can't remember all the guys he fight. I had to watch that highlight. You see a bunch of motherfuckers' heads getting twisted off, but you don't be really thinking about who their name is and what they do. You know what I'm saying? You seeing Jerry Curls get slapped back and get knocked down, you be like, damn, you just fucked that dude up. But I'm looking at dude like, yeah, dude looked like he, you know what I'm saying, 6'2", 6'3", 170 pounds soaking wet. It's Mike don't even look like he supposed to be in the ring with Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson did get in there with a few people that you just know he was supposed to fucking roll over. Like I said, Mike Tyson was iron. You know what I mean? Nobody thought Mike Tyson was going to lose to Buster Douglas. Come on, man. Get out of here. But it is what it is. You know, that's all I got to say on that. Every boxer got to have his boxer. And as far as Deontay Wilder criticizing, look, y'all both in a similar boat in my opinion. Oh, just hit the subscribe button. If you still listen to this point, hit the subscribe button. It's 25 minutes in. And I'm about to get out y'all way. So if you still listening and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the damn channel. But my point is this: Deontay Wilder's resume is a lot weaker than Mike Tyson's. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua's and Tyson Fury, their resumes are not as impressive as Mike Tyson's. That's just a fact. So I don't see the point of looking at his resume. My thing is yours lining up to be very, very similar. And when you do step up, like Deontay Wilder, when you stepping up, and you stepping up to fight tougher opponents, now you're finding yourself going to be in some of the same positions. Like, you know, I don't think Tyson Fury was supposed to be your Buster Douglas. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Tyson Fury should have been your Buster Douglas. Tyson Fury, you know, this year, I think the worst and most unexpected loss was the way you lost to Tyson Fury. The only thing that I'm looking at it that I feel like it might have a safety, a contingency plan in there. This third fight, I'm hoping that you can come back and redeem yourself. You know what I'm saying? But really, it ain't looking good for none of the heavyweights right now. Anthony Joshua, you know what I'm saying, coming back from his fight with Andy Ruiz and changing the style, going back to a more boxing. I applaud that, but it ain't a good look for the heavyweight division. You know, it's just looking shaky right now. The only person that's holding it down, that's looking solid right now, is the Gypsy King. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But to me, how it goes is the Gypsy King, then Deontay Wilder, then Anthony Joshua, and then you can start looking at under the Dillian White. Andy Ruiz should still be in the mix, and we should start letting these boys go at it to get to the top. After this Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, if that ever gets put out there, after they fight this third time, then I feel like everything should open up. And all these guys need to be, you know what I'm saying, after this COVID stuff is over with, definitely every fight needs to fight. Errol Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, Sean Porter, you know, whatever, whoever, you know what I'm saying. Gladiators gotta fight, period, point blank. This video is way too long, man. I apologize. Hope I didn't bore y'all to death. But if you made it this long, subscribe to the channel. It's Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Appreciate y'all time. I'm out.